Welcome back to the channel, friends. I'm super excited to be here in, as you can see, Revolut office. As a long-time Revolut user myself, I'm really excited about this one. And I'm here with no other than Rolandas, who is the CEO of Revolut Europe for Securities. So I'm real pleasure to have you and thank you for your time.
Thank you as well.
And yeah, so I got a lot of questions from all of you. Unfortunately, not all of them around securities, and Rolandas is really looking after securities. So all the things for global expansion and credit cards, we'll leave it maybe for another talk in the future. But for now, I really want to focus on all things securities and investing. Right, so starting off with the first question, which a lot of you have wrote, obviously, that Revolut has a fund protection currently of around $100,000, which is obviously applying to the value of the investments itself. But how do you reassure customers that their portfolios are actually secure with Revolut?
Yeah, so thanks a lot. Very good question. So I see currently there is a big misunderstanding about actually how this investment protection insurance works. So if we look into the existing regulatory requirements, we have two different insurance protections. So one insurance protection is for cash separately. Yeah. What you mentioned, actually 100,000 euros under European Economic Area, and another investment liabilities insurance protection is for specifically investments. So the amount starts from 20k euros across European countries, and depending on the country itself, there might be ways when certain countries increase that amount. So for example, in Lithuania, this amount is 22k. So how that protection works, actually, there is a misunderstanding what I mentioned. Yes. So everyone thinks that if I have more than, for example, in this case, more than 22k in certain financial brokerage company, I'm afraid to keep more money because I'm afraid to lose, right? Yeah. So actually no one, maybe like not many people understand how it actually works, and it works in the following way. So if something bad happens with financial brokerage company like Securities, Revolut Securities or whatever other company, so the obligation in Europe is to protect client assets by separating them from company assets. It means that if we or any other company goes bankrupt, so client assets are held under custody somewhere safe. Okay. So the worst case that might happen, that clients will get their assets, but it will take a bit of time. But nothing should bad happen about their investments or cash. The thing is that this investment in liabilities insurance protection works when, for example, financial brokerage might, I don't know, for some reason, like steal clients' money. But of course, under strict regulatory environment, the situation is hard to happen. So this investment liabilities insurance protection works when company is not able to bring back clients' securities. Securities, okay. But generally you hold it in segregated accounts? Yes. So if you were to go bust, that would just be transferred to another broker and you could continue investing as you exactly. Very good. Another question that I regularly got about Revolut is, of course, the ability to transfer your portfolio not only into the broker. A lot of stockbrokers allow that, but the problem is many brokers don't allow to transfer to another stockbroker. Is that something Revolut is supporting? And if so, how would users go about doing that actually? Yeah, so we launched this feature, transferring securities in and out this year. It's quite complex process behind. So it took time to set up everything. So users are able already in Revolut to transfer stocks in and out in Revolut. So the feature, how it works. So if you have a stock portfolio, you can go to your Invest tab, then you press three buttons. This is the button called More, and then you can see the button Transfer Investments. And then if you have specific securities, you select that security you wish to transfer out and select the broker where you want to transfer. So transfer, is not some kind of automatic process. So there is a back office work behind. So you preferably need to also approach another institution where you want to transfer to or from, and then our back office people get the intention from users to transfer in or out securities, and then they contact another broker to match the transfer operation in the market. But for example, to send to Interactive Broker is one of the most popular one. Is that possible? Yeah, it is possible. So it's also it costs behind money. Of course, I understand. So it's $35 at the moment, but it's purely our our cost. So we don't earn anything from that. So just covering the cost. That's a huge plus because I always say don't go with a broker or build a big portfolio if you're locked in, right? And I think that's really something very important. So really well done for bringing that back. And I think it's a good feature to have. So big plus there for Revolut for sure. Right, next up, let's move to some exciting new features potentially on the
product roadmap ahead. So what are some of the new features that users can expect on trading and investing side of Revolut in the near future?
Actually, like during the last couple of years, we were adding many different products in our app, and there is quite a lot of them already. And we see that some kind of personalization is already required for users not to, not to miss certain important maybe new feature and to see like to use most of the most of our app. So I'm quite excited about the upcoming feature that we're going to launch, and this will be about revamping how the trade screen looks like. So we will be adding more widgets, like popular first-time buys, an example, for more asset classes. And the most important maybe feature that I can share, because it's coming very soon, is about filtering and searching capabilities. So it will be much more improved, much more advanced. So users will be able to find filter stocks based on certain criteria.
And like a screener almost, like to really...
exactly. And it will be applied to different asset classes that we currently have.
Fantastic. Yeah, I like those widgets that you can kind of customize the way you like to have it. So each one has their own version. You can really make it your own. So that's cool. Next question I got from some of you is whether Revolut is considering to expand into ETFs and stock universe even further, especially, for example, smaller European stock markets and also thematic ETFs. Is that something you see on the roadmap ahead?
Actually, maybe it's not so visible, but we are doing it constantly. So every week we are adding a certain amount of securities. So currently, for example, 1 year ago we had like a couple of thousand only, like 2-3K. Today we have around 10,000 different securities. So it's not so visible. We're not maybe so loud when adding new securities, like Figma went to IPO as an example. I mean, we didn't send every email, like every customer's emails that we have the security already. So we just added, we did the work, So yes, of course, we're expanding, and the further plans is to add like all the potential possible securities that clients want.
And also smaller European, like, I don't know, Danish stock exchanges. Is that something you plan to bring in the future? Like,
European markets are very complicated, so it's sometimes very difficult to get access. So we're using, of course, our current partners to do that. So our roadmap also depends on when partners will do that. So it's we're very much dependent on that, but also we're prioritizing one market over another, and we're doing our best to add as much as possible.
Fantastic. With this, we move to the next question, which is long-term and dividend-focused investors. They often like features like investment pies. For example, Trading212 has it, where you can create your own sort of long-term, almost personal ETF, automatic dividend reinvesting, income tracking, deeper portfolio insights, tax reporting, all these things. Is that something that Revolut considers, especially on the dividend side? I think there could still be things to be added in the future. Are you looking into that?
Yeah, we're not considering. We're working on different features. So we have many teams in Revolut Wealth and Trading department which concentrate on their own products, So we see what competitors are doing, but we're concentrating also on what our clients want. So basically, we're hearing their feedback, and we are adding new features constantly.
Okay, so we'll see some more dividend investors tools coming in the future, maybe some widgets or something like that.
For sure.
Exciting. Right, with this, we move on to competition and positioning. Always important topic. Brokers like Trading212, Lightyear, who I recently also interviewed, they focus purely on investing, right? That's their core sort of offering. But Revolut is almost like a super app, right? So how do you compete with those platforms that dedicate basically 100% of their efforts towards trading while you do so many different things? How do you stay relevant and compete with them?
Yeah, getting similar question, I always start by explaining how Revolut works. So Revolut is a huge company which actually has smaller, I call it startups inside the company. So we have a startup, Wealth and Trading people. So we have more than 200 people in our department. We have 30 teams which concentrate on their own product. So it's not the case that we are not, working on trading all the time. So we have a startup, which main goal is, like to bring the best trading product in the market. So and like how we compete, we are also like expanding. We want to have global presence and to have the best product.
Okay. Even though you have so many offerings, but within each you have a core team that really competes hard on that.
And super app makes, like us being ahead of competition, because users can find other financial services in the app as well.
Sure.
I mean, you don't need to switch between apps to find, like, to make a payment or to book a hotel or to now, like, interesting features, like we added eSIMs gigabytes. You go to another country, you can buy in Revolut some package for, you know, mobile phone.
Yeah, I mean, I've been making video about Revolut for many years, been an avid user and lover of the platform, so I can attest it's by far the nicest banking app. So yes, of course, you have zero friction, right? You have all seamlessly connected. So it has a lot of perks going for it, for sure. Right, with this we come to fees, a topic we all need to look into as investors, and they're often the battleground between brokers, right? So how do you feel Revolut is competing in that regard versus other brokers? Some of them have zero fees, arguably. So how do you feel you're competing?
Yeah, very good question. Still, we get also like questions from our customers about our fees, maybe whether these will be reduced further in the future. So in short, like how the situation looks like. So it depends very much on your own situation, because, you know, Revolut has different plans, and based on those plans, we have free trades to certain limits. So starting from 1 trade on standard plan and up to 10 free trades per month for ultra and metal plans. Talking about like other like cheap products is, for example, ETF investment plans. So there are no fees at all behind ETF investment plans for certain ETFs on our side. And if we talk about, you know, other fee improvements, we have plans such as Trading Pro, which cuts the fees by half. And looking into the future, of course, we're trying to find ways how to further reduce those fees.
Okay. With this, we come to the next question. Do you see Revolut position itself more for active traders or for long-term traders who really value simplicity?
Yeah, so Revolut started with launching a simple product behind US stocks. So we used to have this product, you know, from the launch. Then Brexit came, we established the company in Lithuania, and we started bringing other products. So and we now see like we have a huge base of customers. So we try to see what they're doing, and we are reacting to their feedback. So basically 90%, I can disclose that number, is long-term users, 10% is active users. So Revolut product is built for all type of users. So not only passive users, but also active users can find tools on our platform, which would help them to make the best decision.
Okay. Because I feel now you added recently also this desktop interface, which seems to be more catering towards active trader. I like that you have different tools for different styles of investors.
Yeah, exactly. We try to keep still, you know, all the functionality the same, in, both in mobile app and in web trader platform. Just in web laptop, you can see like more screens. You can make, you know, decisions faster and then things like that.
Next up, many beginner investors, they start their investing journey on Revolut, but what steps are you actually taking to educate them and reduce the risky behavior such as panic selling? You know, a lot of them, I feel like I also personally started my investing journey with Revolut. How do you make sure, as you said, a lot of them are long-term investors, that they are staying on course to not move in and out, but really invest for the long term?
So first of all, we're building personalization tools, like for users to first find what potentially might fit best for them. So for example, popular first-time buys, which are usually, for example, for first-time traders, is exchange-traded funds, which were themselves quite well diversified, less risky and things like that. So not, you know, to start panicking when all the markets go down by 30-40%. ETFs, you know, sometimes react in less volatile way. We have learn courses. We have, you know, in Revolut, so that users could go through basic courses to understand how the markets works. And also we try to, you know, make the design, the simplicity of the app in such a way that user sees all the information, what is happening in the market. So all the notifications, alerts, when markets go down, users can instantly get and understand what is happening.
Okay.
In general, to answer this question, I mean, probably no financial brokerage company can avoid, you know, psychological factors like panic selling. So users need, before starting to trade themselves, to get familiar with what might happen, what situations they can get into, and do their own research, where, you know, Google AI is, ChatGPT is full of that information.
Definitely. And of course, Smart Money with Kite's YouTube channel. But no, you're right. I mean, but I have seen some brokers, which I wouldn't recommend, and I don't, that are really almost pushing you, and this stock dropped, there's a big potential, and they almost make you like FOMO to invest in them. So like that, Revolut does not do that. It's really more, as you said, educational. It really helps to guide the users through the investing journey, which is great. Do you see Revolut in the near future adding even more advanced tools for experienced investors, like we spoke about, some maybe even more trading dashboard related things and so forth, or do you want to mostly focus on simplicity to kind of get more users, first-time investors and so forth on board with Revolut?
Both. So we want, of course, our main goal is to still keep the app as simple as possible, and not to, trading in general might sound like a complex topic, but it's not. So that's what we want to keep, like to keep our users thinking that trading is not something complex, that they can start with, €1 and it's like really simple. To answer like about complex tools, we already have them. So for example, if you go to a simple example to the chart, there are tools where you can put up to 100 different technical analysis tools in the app already. So these are already available not only for experienced traders, but for any trader, for any investor. They can add moving averages, Fibonacci numbers. So everything is already available. But of course, we are hearing feedback from customers, what they want to see as the next tools, and we're adding those.
Yeah, I think it's always a fine line of having features and not overwhelming them.
Exactly.
Obviously, I test brokers for a living, so I have many different ones as well, and some good ones, but a lot of them are too complex and too overwhelming. Half the stuff I don't even use, so I like the simplicity aspect that you have and get more people on board. As you said, investing doesn't have to be complicated, so yeah, kudos for that. Let's move on to the boring stuff, but still very important part, regulations, right? So Revolut Securities is based in Lithuania. Why was the location chosen, and how does it position compared to the UK entity?
Yeah, so after Brexit, we had to find a place in Europe where we had to establish a company, an entity, and to get the license to continue serving European customers and to launch like other products. So Lithuania was chosen as a place where we already had actually a hub. So we had a bank, a payments entity at that time established in Lithuania. So it was kind of a natural choice. Due to the fact that we had some already establishment here. And actually on top, I would say that regulatory environment is quite nice. Also, there is a lot of attention from Lithuania and different authorities around fintechs, to make working environment for them as much as possible better. And also regulator, I mean, we have a very good relationship with regulators, so they were reasonable, not, I would say, not kind of relaxed but strict, but reasonable. So we got questions, we answered them, and we saw that it's a good opportunity to establish a company here in Lithuania and go forward with all the business.
Because you still have all the protection of EU protection, like we said about the asset protection of 100,000 euros. So it's a proper, legitimate EU country regulations here. So I got a lot of questions where people were a bit hesitant from Germany. I'm from Germany originally, but I'm living also in Lithuania, so I can assure you guys it's a really great place. By the way, you should come and visit. It's a stunning place. We are now in the office here in Vilnius, so definitely a beautiful city to come and experience for yourself. Now let's talk about the last question, which is AI, right? There's no way to avoid AI, whether you like it or not. It's here to stay, only going to get more and more. So with AI also transforming how people research investments and do their investments, do you see AI-powered investments and robo-advisors taking an even bigger role inside Revolut? I see you already have some kind of robo-advisors. Do you think it's going to be more and more in the future, and it's something you're working on?
Yeah, it's definitely unavoidable. I mean, AI is one of the most interesting topic for myself as well, like to see what capabilities AI can bring to investing world. So we're also exploring different features where AI could be used in the most efficient way. So definitely something new for the customer should be coming very soon.
Awesome. Rolandas, thank you so much. With this, we come to a couple of quick lightning round questions, 1-2 line answers, just to hear your thoughts so users can get a better understanding about you as a person. So first question is, do you personally invest through Revolut yourself?
Of course, majority of investments is in Revolut.
That's reassuring to hear. Second question, what's your favorite stock you ever bought? And again, this is not investment advice, guys.
The first stock was bought like 15 years ago, local Baltic stock, so probably no name, but to start investing with, I had to try something.
You made a profit on it?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. The best investment you ever made?
Actually, like many different examples. So the thing is that I started my career 15 years ago, and during that time, like the markets only went up. So many different examples. The better one, maybe, certain technology stocks around the US election last year.
Okay, interesting. Worst investment mistake you ever made?
In this case, a bit different example. Like I made an investment into a startup which had a good product, but ultimately was not able to launch.
Okay. If you could only hold one ETF for the next 10 years, which one would it be?
I would say ETF related to AI. I think this has a very bright future, so I would try to search for
thematic
ETF related to the, artificial intelligence.
Okay. Is it Bitcoin or S&P 500? Which one would you pick today if you could invest only in one?
I would split, diversify. You know, diversification is the main rule. So S&P 500 maybe 80%, Bitcoin 20%.
I like that. Who is an investor or entrepreneur that you admire the most?
Investor Warren Buffett, entrepreneur Elon Musk, also maybe here to add, you know, as Revolut, actually our CEO, Nick Storonsky, is quite admirable guy in terms of entrepreneurship.
He really is. I met him once in the gym in Dubai, so that was a real cool experience. Nice. I didn't interview him then, but I saw him, and I must say what he built is really quite impressive. Biggest financial lesson you've learned in your career?
Don't sell when markets go down. Don't buy when markets go up, like at the top, because you usually miss the point. So you sell at the bottom, you buy at the top. So
in theory, it sounds so nice. We all want to wait for the dip, It's just in practice, it's just impossible. So I'm totally with you there. What's one feature you wish Revolut had today but doesn't have it yet?
I think something related to artificial intelligence, what we mentioned. So it would be very interesting to see what artificial intelligence could bring to the world of investing.
Your best piece of advice for beginner investors?
Don't afraid to start. The main thing that, you know, why we don't have as much investors as we could, because they are afraid to start, they are afraid to lose money. Start with €1 where we're allowing you to do that. See how markets are going, how you react to it. You will learn something about yourself, about your emotional, you know, presence. Start now and see what happens.
Amen to that. Rolandas, thank you so much for your time. Real pleasure.
Thank you.
And hope to see you again in the future. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your questions. If you still have any questions, pop them in the comments down below. Happy to hear from you. Next up, check out this video right here. As always, thanks for watching. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.